Praise God in the name of Jesus Christ, and we bless His word as we receive it with thanksgiving, that it be edifying to our hearts and minds, a word of edification. For without you, we can't do nothing. We're striving to enter in Jesus' name. Church, amen. 1 Corinthians 9 and verse 24 says, know ye not that they which run in a race run all, but one receiveth the prize. So run that you may obtain. And every man that striveth for the mastery is temperate in all things. Now they do it to obtain a corruptible crown, but we an incorruptible. So you see, they had games and sports and activities back then. Paul said they do it to obtain a corruptible, but we an incorruptible. He was saying that when you run a race, everybody's running to win, but now it's going to be one winner. He said, so you must run that you may obtain. In other words, don't run your life and live your life in vain. Live it with purpose. Strive to do. Strive to be. You know, for years I fought inferiority, and when something would come up, or when I would have to do something in front of people, I would have to do it. Act like I really wasn't interested in it. But the truth of the matter is, I wanted to do it, but I was afraid I couldn't. But when the crowd left, I gave them the best shot and found out that it was simple. Next time it came around, I could do it without fear. And sometimes in life, we pull back. We want to run with purpose, but because of inferiority, because of lack of faith in ourselves sometimes, because of hidden fears, we don't show our true zeal. We don't show our true desire to go forth because we don't want to fail or be embarrassed. But Paul was saying, listen, if you're going to run this race, run it with a purpose. Don't be afraid to let folks know you're trying to win. I feel a virtue for some reason. Don't be afraid, amen, to let it be known that you're striving to obtain the prize. Don't worry about falling or don't worry about not succeeding. You just focus on running the race. And this is what he was saying. If you're going to run it to win, or run it that you may obtain. Run this race of life that you may get something out of it worthwhile. Every man that's striving for the mastery, everyone that's striving in the game, those who are striving to win, they're temperate. In other words, they are fit. I remember when we were in high school, the athletes, football players, we had to go to school early, a few weeks early for training. And man, young guys that smoked all summer long were falling out and trying to get their breath because the coach ran us like boot camp. We only had 3 weeks or so to get ready for the games. But I tell you what, we were young, 15, freshman year, what have you. I tell you what, when we got in shape, we could run a whole game. We didn't need a break because we prepared ourselves for the mastery. We endured the training. Paul is saying if you're going to win, learn, God help us. Everybody say discipline. Discipline. Help us to obtain discipline. My God, if we could just become more disciplined in our life, a lot of things would change. Amen. If we would learn to be more disciplined. So we have to train ourselves and work on ourselves in order to obtain and to win and to run. He says, if you're going to win, you have to discipline yourself in all things. Now, the world do all this to receive a corruptible crown, but we an incorruptible crown. They work out and they do this and they do that they may receive praise of men. But we work out spiritually. We work out spiritually and we become spiritually fit that we may receive the crown of life. So even so then, that which is natural first, then that which is spiritual. Even so then, in your spiritual walk with God, you have to discipline yourself if you're going to obtain spiritual blessings. If you're going to see spiritual growth, amen, you have to discipline yourself. You have to pray for temperance and self-control. He says, I therefore so run, not as uncertain, so fight I, but not as one that beateth the air. He looked at the boxers and the runners. Paul said, I'm not running as though I don't know where I'm going or where I'm trying to go. He says, I'm running this race because I'm striving to enter in. I'm not just running just to be running. You know, a lot of people just say, hey, I'm just living to be living. Paul said, I ain't living to be living. I'm living with a purpose. I'm living because I'm striving to enter in. And then he says this, that I'm not beating the air. In other words, I'm not a shadow boxer. It's easy to get in front of the mirror and throw those punches and those kicks and bob and weave and dodge and look pretty. It's a different story when you get in front of a real opponent. Paul says, I'm not fighting the air. I'm training to win. I'm training for real spiritual combat. I'm just not as one that beats the air, but I'm one who's preparing myself for actual spiritual battle. He says, but I keep my body under subjection. I keep under my body and I bring it into subjection, lest that by any means, when I have preached to others, I myself should be a castaway. But I keep my body and I bring it into subjection, lest that by any means, when I have preached to others, when I have told others the truth, when I have led others to Christ, I myself won't make it. Because I preached, but I failed to apply that preaching. I taught, but I was not a doer of the word. I preached, I taught, I prayed, I sang, but I didn't bring my body under subjection. I did not control my spirit or the members of my body. I didn't bring them into subjection. And while I was preaching and teaching and singing, I myself was doing just the opposite. While I was teaching others to submit, I was rebellious. When I was teaching others to resist, I was giving in. When I was teaching others to pray, I never found time. You see, it's possible to tell the truth. It's possible to know the truth. It is possible to have the truth and to give it to others and to win souls, and yet you yourself don't make it. Because you did not apply it, I feel virtue to your life. But I keep my body and I bring it into subjection. I wrestle with myself. You really haven't seen a battle until you try to battle your will. Then you realize how strong you are. Because, amen, it is difficult sometimes to bring yourself under subjection, to control your passions and your desires. The things your flesh will want to do, you crucify those things. You mortify the deeds. You mortify the deeds of your body. That means you deaden the wicked desires of your flesh. Because the Bible teaches us that whatever we yield our members to becomes our God. If we yield our members to the flesh or to sin, then the flesh and that sin becomes our God. And so it becomes our master. And so we have to be careful. He said, I'll become a castaway. Not because somebody calls me a stumble. Not because someone did this or someone did that. He said, but I become a castaway because I failed to conquer myself. I failed to overcome the bad habits, the weaknesses that I had. I become a castaway, not because somebody put a stumbling block before me, but I failed to remove my own stumbling block.